Hello! Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, everybody, depending on what time it is for you where you are. It's morning for me. Hello! Duke Poro, thank you for the 31-month resub. Thanks, as always, for the great content. Hope you're enjoying the new patch. Thank you very much. I'm here. I'm up. I am inexplicably chilly. It is warm in here, like not just outside in the world, although it will be quite nice today. It is like 23 degrees in my office because I've been in here for a bit. I had one of those days where I just didn't accomplish anything yesterday, so I got up early and I accomplished something this morning instead. But like, it's 23.2 Celsius in here. I have a heating pad. I have sweatpants on under my dress. I am unwilling to part with my flannel at this point in the morning. Maybe we'll get there. Kitty, what do you think? Is it too warm in here? You want me to get that? Nay. Happy Eurovision Day. Happy Eurovision Day. RTS Planner, thank you for the 34-month reset. Appreciate it. Kitty, you're looking a little... Looking right. Yeah, that's a good spot. All right, I'll let you get it. Kitty's your space heater. I'm gonna have to hold on to this feeling because it is supposed to get quite warm today, and maybe later when it's just like smoking hot and middle of the day, and I'm sitting here on my computer playing World of Warcraft because, nice weather or not, that's pretty much what I have planned for the day. Maybe I will miss the chill then. I wanted some sound. Yeah, there we go. I was just, I'd sent myself some of this new patch green gear to put on. And some of it's quite good. This isn't better than what my Crinkle was wearing the Forbidden Reach, but I got a weapon. I got like a gun, like a green 10.1 gun. And the fun thing about 10.1 greens, they're like 370 something, which isn't that crazy, but you can put them on starting at level 60. So this character has an heirloom bow that was like upgraded and everything. Also, it's like weirdly dark in here. I turned the light on. Yeah, I did. I guess the sun will come out tomorrow or later in the day, and then it'll get brighter. I sent her the gun, and she's using an heirloom bow that's fully upgraded. And at her level 63, that heirloom bow works out to be like here. We'll look at it. I'm not going to try to remember numbers. It's too early for that. Beautiful earring. Is it a crystal? Yeah, I got these at a farmer's market last year, and I would love to go back. I almost wanted to go today, but that would really interfere with my playing WoW all day. These are, let me see if I can show you. They're citrine, which really just kind of looks like a clear, slightly dingy rock, but they're pretty big, and they're handmade, which I like, or at least the lady promised, and she looked like she might have made some earrings. I came across something crystals. No, I've lost it. It's gone. Super cute. Gonna be mad toasty all week at West. It's wild. Disregard my adult errands. Frolic around the city for the afternoon. Oh, that sounds so fun. Finally made it to the start of the stream. Welcome, Jurassic Park. So yeah, this bow situation. My heirloom bow, which is fully upgraded, so it is scaling all the way to 70. Currently at this level, it's 262. And starting at level 60, you can put this thing on, it's 379. So my Aerith over here is just walking around with a green, but like an end game weapon, which I find very funny. It's 2 of 8. It's not even Explorer 1 of 8. It's great. That'll be good. I'll keep sending her stuff because this bow I don't think is ever going to scale up that high. I think I don't know exactly what it scales to, but I think even at 69, it's not going to scale up to 379. So I'm stoked about that. That's sick. Let's log on to the Evoker for a minute and maybe look into snail dailies and maybe look into snail dailies and then talk about the plan. I'm gonna just one-shot stuff. Finish plus 10 for Nelslayer and Brackenhide. Thanks plus for the nerfs. Congrats, Shield OW. How long did it take you to become a successful streamer? I would say I was successful on YouTube before I was successful on stream, which helps building a stream. It's a lot easier to get started if you have an audience from somewhere else first. And I would say I started in 2013. I would say I I actually had enough income to start paying taxes in 2017. So 4 years. But then it wasn't enough to like actually pay rent and stuff until probably 2019, I would say. So another 6 years or so, something like that. But that was with 2 platforms also. All right, what am I doing? And I wouldn't describe myself as wealthy. I would describe myself as living in an expensive city and not in debt, which is pretty good, and I'll take it. How are you doing, Alexia? What are you up to this morning? I was crafting. I've been crafting. I can't stop crafting. I have a problem. If things are profitable and people are buying them, then who am I to say I won't make them? You know what I mean? Look, this is you make the stuff, you sell the stuff, you get the gold. Did I sell all of it? That's what's really fun. Is sometimes something's profitable and you make a bunch of it and it's like very hard to sell. But when people are just buying it without you needing to relist it a bunch, it's extremely hard not to talk yourself into just continuing to craft it. So here, we'll repost these. Easier to do 8 years ago. Yep, entirely possible. However, people, when I started, said it was already oversaturated. People said it was too late to start. When I got into it, they said that the boom was already over. And people, I think, have continued saying that. And I think that people tell themselves all kinds of excuses about why they can't do things. And if you really... I'm not going to tell you that if you really want it, but I would say that it is possible to start now and get somewhere. Not wildly likely, but possible. What else am I selling? We did... did I put it all back up already? I'm really good at this. You could always use more gold. I know. I think what I want right now... I'm at 3.8 mil. I want to get to 4 mil just so I feel like I've made gold, because recently I've been crafting and selling and I get gold and then I spend gold and I get gold and I spend gold and I bought my consumables and I bought some raid stuff and I bought some enchants and whatever. I bought some pets, I bought some heirloom upgrades. I've been making and spending stuff. Did I sell all of my shocking disclosure? I did, didn't I? People buy those. How are Hush Zephyr doing? Bad. Hush Zephyr are bad. Aerated Mana's not awful. What are these ones doing? Not really worth it. How about... Really? Glacial Furies? Oh, they're inflated. Somebody's been trying to mess with the prices, and it's been kind of to my benefit. Let me look at Glacial Fury. Yeah, so someone's trying to sell the 2 stars. The 3 stars are at 420, and then the 2 stars are at 49 with a somewhat limited supply, but they're supposed to be worth like 20. So the question is whether you can actually move them at 49. I'll do a small batch of those. I'll do a little batch of those. just to see if I can sell them. So I like to track the recipe so I can see the ingredients. My sidebar helps with shopping. What's a small batch? Every time I craft that, it's going to make whatchamacallit. And also we'll drop an incense. It's going to make 2 of them. So if I craft this 100 times, then it's going to make 200 of them. That seems reasonable. So we'll do it 100 times. I need 200 files. I already have 165, so just give me like 45 of these. Oh, you know what I should do, actually? I've been getting less lazy about this. I'm going to play with the sim mode for a second. This lets you... If I used all perfect... It lets you preview profits if you use different quality mats, or like if you added in like lesser insights. Yeah, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try this. I'm going to make 100 of them, or 90 or whatever. I'm going to make 100 of them. I'm going to use its insights, and I'm going to use gold mats. Now, will it still be like that if I'm using 319? No, it seems like my bet is... My best bet is... What if I'm just... No, 3... All right, we're going to use gold everything, and we're going to use lesser insights, and that should... I'm thinking give us the gold stuff, and then we can sell it for lots of gold. So, making 100 of those. I need, first of all, I need 100 Awakened Frost. Those have just the one thing. I need 200 vials, but we're going to do the gold ones. And that will be more expensive, but that's been taken into account, theoretically. Puntualis, thank you for the 15-month resub. Hazel and Squirrel Squad for the win. 200 of these. And then Rye the Bark and Bubble Poppies. So, lesser insights. It means using artisan's metal to make this, which does have its own value, but I haven't really been using I have not been using my insights or my metal for anything since I finished making my profession equipment, because I'm not gear crafting or anything. Also, I don't even think that would matter. And then 1,000 of these. That 100 times 10 sounds about right. Yeah, 1,000 of those. Right. Okay. Good. So it's kind of no skin off my back. Like eventually, I would run out of the ability to do that, but I think I would also run out of the ability to sell them. Like people wouldn't want to buy as many of them as I could make. So I know I have 90 lesser illustrious just like in my bank. I'm gonna make 10 more of them. So down here we have illustrious insights. Each one can be broken into 5. So I do this twice. I spend 100 artisan's metal. These things, you click them, you break them into, oh yeah, TSM. You're so, okay. So we get 10 of those, so I have 100 total. Those increase skill by 30, and you can use those to make things like files. So now, if we're gonna go to Glacial Fury, and we're gonna use our best stuff, and then we're gonna add in lesser illustriouses, now we're guaranteed gold Furies, and that's where the gold is. So I'm gonna slam actually I don't even need to slam an incense for that. There's no, okay, I've slammed an incense anyways. Whoops, it easy. Slam a new file with quick hands. Go back, Glacial Furies, best quality reagents, make sure we use the insights, otherwise we're just burning gold. And then we'll start doing that, and hopefully we get lots of good multi-crafts. Paper Pep, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. This add-on is Craft Sim combined with Trade Skill Master. TSM is providing my price data, and then Craft Sim is doing the math for me. Go to IT, work from home, play WoW all day. Win-win. Hi, kitty cat. You gonna sit down? You gonna space heat for me? Can we lose the winter flannel? I was shuffling my summer and winter clothes. I removed my big old bin from underneath my bed and put away some of my heftier winter sweaters, and I took out some of my sundresses and tank tops and shorts and stuff, and I got out my steamer. I felt like I needed to greet my sundresses and prepare them for the new season, so I put on some music and I got out my clothing steamer and I steamed things, just 2 things, but it made them less wrinkly. I won't iron. I'm somebody that won't iron. I think I'm against it. I'm against ironing. I do have an iron. Why did I buy it? I bought an iron for sewing projects. I wanted to sew a hem, and I needed to press the hem first to get like a really neat edge. So I bought like a little baby travel iron for that. But yeah, no, for regular clothes, I find just a cheap brush steamer, they do a great job. It's like magic. You have a big wrinkly thing, and then you just, and then it's like all of a sudden better, and it's just crazy. It's probably not amazing for your clothes, but it's probably not as bad as ironing. All right, Glacial Furies, all of them. Send it. 121k worth of that. That's worth it. How much did I spend on the mats? I spent, let me see. I spent 3.3k on Frost. 26k on Ride the Bark, so like 29k. Let's call it 30. Call it 55 with the Bubble Poppy. And then the Vials is another 56. Yeah, so that is quite profitable if I can sell those. Obviously it burns Illustrious Insight, but I'm not mad at that. I gotta stop. Well, is there anything I can make that's like less Insight burny? Although I'm glad I was able to use those. I had plans to use them ages ago and I didn't. Those are not worth anymore. Omnium Draconis. Oh no, they are worth. They're just not worth if you make them with the expensive stuff. Did I sell all of it already? This is my problem. I sold all of it already. I gotta make more. I gotta make more. I can't function because I can't stop crafting. Omnium Draconis is so easy because the math just does itself. You get 1 of everything and 5 Auchenblooms. So if we want to make 1,000 batch, we're gonna buy 5k of these. 1k of everything else. You don't even need vials. It's excellent. So we're going to do the Saxifrage. And then 1,000 of these. And 1,000 of... Let's make sure I'm buying the right stuff. Bubble Poppy, Rye the Bark. Very good. I do pick my own herbs, but not in this kind of quantity. Funnily enough, when I do pick herbs, I don't I guess sometimes I'll sit on them just so that I can craft stuff with them. But like if I'm on an alt that's leveling and they're picking herbs, I'm not going to send them to my main to use in my creations. I just sell them straight up because for some reason that feels more like gold making. When I wrap them into this whole process, I get value from them, but it's so hidden away in the math of it all that I don't know, man. Sagacious Incense is still rolling. We're going to and we've got our quick hands file, so we're just going to let that roll. And ask you guys about your weekend. Also show off the little kitty cat. Crafting speed is from the aerated file of the quick hands combined with just a bunch of profession points in this particular. You get some crafting speed from the talent tree. Skinny Dragon is out. Thought it was time gated until Tuesday. It is out this week. It was time gated last week. This week it is available. If you keep trucking away at your 10.1 campaign, you will get your Noodle Dragon. I colored mine bronze to make it look like a piece of spaghetti. The other colors for them are available in the old rep vendors. So I did a lap of going to like the Tuskar and the Veldrak and Accord vendor and the Centaurs and stuff to buy the other scales. Looks like a comfy tank. Yeah, thank you. It's not bad. It's a dress. It's a summer dress. I got this from Aritzia a couple years ago. I think they still sell them. It's in pretty good shape because I almost never wear it. I have worn it. I wear it probably about 7 times a summer. I don't know if that's a lot for clothes. But I forgot where I was going with that. I don't know if I can sit here and tell you in full faith that I am wearing a dress right now because I fully put on my sweatpants underneath it because I was up early and it was cold. Guns out. That's what I'm saying. New campaign. Yep, the new zone. The chapter is called Inherited Sin. It looks soft. It is soft. That's one thing that I've always liked the look of about some of this new age activewear, like the matching, like the bra top and the legging sets is some of them are made out of like really soft looking material. But I try my best whenever I want to buy clothes to just make a note of what I want and then just to try to forget about it. And then if I still want the thing repeatedly over the course of a long time, then maybe I'll look into it. So I have plenty of clothes. I'm almost never nude. So you'd think I'd have enough clothes. Catalyst be available second week of June. Yeah, sounds about right. They did publish the date. I've forgotten it. It's early June for sure. It's early June. Hi, kitty cat. So today I'm not doing keys on stream because I'm doing keys off stream, after stream. I'm going to wrap up stream at noon-ish. I'm going to scarf down some lunch of some description, and then I'm going to do keys all afternoon. So I better not need an afternoon nap with my pals, which means I need to not do keys all morning, otherwise I will be burned out. I have a very limited capacity. I don't know if you guys are like this. I can do so many keys and then I'm done and I don't want to look at it anymore. I think the limit is usually 4. I do 4 keys running. I'm over it. 3 keys is a nicer number. Three in a row is like a nice good number. 4 can be done. Aw, kitty cat. She's got her chin up on the armrest. 5 is a mistake. That is an awesome Saturday. Wearing a tank top dress with leggings. It's so comfy. Yeah. How are your feelings about Dragonflight? Why do you still like BFA more? I like Dragonflight a lot. BFA was great, but BFA didn't let me do this. This pleases me dramatically. I love Dragonflight Alchemy, and not just because it's making me rich. It's not making me rich very fast. Every time this button goes, it's an average of 18 gold, which is like, you know, you could loot a thing. You could do a world quest for like 600 gold. This is probably not even the fastest way to make gold. And of course it requires investment because you got to buy all your mats and stuff unless you want to go pick 1,000 of each herb. But it's just so, I don't know. I feel like I'm playing Cookie Clicker. I feel like I'm playing Chicken Clicker. It's like a fun kind of compounding thing where like the more gold you make, the more you can afford to invest. And once you have everything set up, the actual process of making it, you buy a bunch of things, you pop down an incense, you pop a quick hands file, you set this going, and then you go look at your garden, or you go make lunch, or you go pet your cat, or you go back to bed, or like whatever. Like this is very hands-off. It's one of the only things in WoW that you can automate like within the functions of the game without it being cheating, and just kind of like let it happen while you do something else. It's not that I'm saying I don't want to be playing WoW, but it's very satisfying to feel like this is making gold for me while I'm doing other things. Or not doing anything. That's a valid option. We opt for that one now and then. Profession's super fun right now. It's so good. It was a lot to come to grips with, but I managed to cope with the new level of complexity in professions by really only doing one. I focused on alchemy, and I don't know anything about any of the other ones. Gear crafting still confuses me to the point that I will sit on my sparks for ages. I did use my first spark. I recrafted my boots, and then I figure when I get a better crest, I can recraft them again. But gear crafting confuses me to the extent that I don't want to deal with it, so I mostly don't. Or I just put it off for ages, and then Flabby, who has all the professions, helps me out by making me a bunch of stuff. But this speaks more my language because I'm used to buying mats, and I'm used to selling things in the auction house. The auction house makes sense to me. Me and my Brutosaur go back a ways. I can live with that. So this is fun. Plus, there's lots of different things that you can make that have kind of different levels of competition and different levels of saleability and sale rate. And it's fun, and everything's like always fluctuating, so it's not like you can do a bunch of everything at any given moment. So you got to kind of pick your moments, and the watching game is fun. Basic PvP raid how to start. Always PvE'd. PvP/raid. Make it sound fun. No idea what you're talking about most of the time though. It's a good idea. I don't have any immediate plans to do that. It's difficult with beginner content for WoW because there's different people will have different expectations for what they expect to learn when you look at when you say something as a beginner guide. Somebody is just going to want to know like what kind of gear they need to get for it and where they can get that kind of thing, and tips for surviving a pug raid night. And other people are going to want to know, how am I moving my character, and how do I tell when I need to switch targets, and how do I switch targets? And there's like a different levels of it. And I haven't explained anything like that in a long time. I've gotten old and comfy and cranky. Have you tried augmentation yet? No. I just read through the announcement post. I haven't actually played PTR. Yeah, beginner could mean brand new to the game. Beginner can mean brand new to computers sometimes. Even people that are new to WoW, if they have experience gaming in other categories, will have kind of an inbuilt game sense and game knowledge, and some of the terminology will make sense to them instinctively. And other people, like my mother will apparently every once in a while watch one of my news videos, and she's like, "Dear, it's great to see you're doing well. I don't know what you mean with the zipsorps and the bloop blops." Like, yeah, that makes sense. To be fair, they are zipsorps and bloop blops. It is a whole bunch of words that means nothing in particular. At least as far as it's relevant to my lovely mother's life. But she's used to that. She's very kind about it. She's never given me a hard time about any of my interests. She said that she used to, whenever she would give like my friends and I a ride to the movies as like kids or teenagers, it was always funny to her that we would just be chattering away in the back seat about like a game or, I don't know, a fantasy thing or whatever. And she said that she never knew most of the words we were using because it was so, I don't know, nerdy, I guess. A lot of zipsorps and bloop blops. Saturday news video this week is coming. I was having some troubles with it. A, because of a technical thing, and B, because I made it this morning instead of yesterday. It is coming. It should be out in about half an hour, assuming that the processing is going okay. Let me check on it. Let me see how it's cooking. I had a bad day yesterday, brain-wise, after stream. I had a great stream, and then it all fell apart. So I ended up getting up early How do I know that have you processed up to HD? Did you process up to 4K? You did. Here, I'll just put it out now. Publish. Not that you should go watch it. You should stay here with me. I mean, I'm just crafting. Public. Here we go. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. It's a longer one than I normally do. So it took a little bit of extra juice. There we go. Wishing you a better day today? Well, thanks. Today should be pretty easy because I've already done the part where I actually have to talk myself into focusing, because I knew I needed to get it done before stream. Otherwise, it was going to be like a Sunday news video since I'm doing keys later. And then the rest of my day now, like it's only 9:30, but I got up at like 5:45 and finished the main thing I needed to do. So the rest of my day, I'm going to stream for a couple hours. I'm going to eat. I'm going to do keys. Then I'm going to like have dinner, maybe go for a walk. Like I got an easy day from here on out. I'm chilling. It's Saturday. I might need to, depends on how hot it is. I need to pick up like something for my mom for Sunday. Good thing chat has some duct tape for you. So much news this week. Plus, because I didn't do a news video last week, I wanted to give kind of a roundup of my thoughts of the different parts of 10.1 so far. And I am glad that I did that this week instead of last week, because having like some days to kind of come to grips with the season and sort of solidify my first impressions, I feel like was nice. So that's in that video also. All right, we've almost finished crafting, and then I want to do my snail daily. Pardon me. The thing that I put in the stream title that I do want to mostly focus on today instead of keys, once we've done kind of some of the little things, although we can do Nighthold too. I need honor gear on my druid, and I'm just gonna have to suck it up and do some stuff that gives honor. There's no two ways about it. I need honor gear. I gotta go get honor gear. I can do a couple things. I could do rated PvP. I could do battlegrounds. I'm a battleground hater. I can turn on war mode and try to do some world quests. Because I just need honor gear to get into solo shuffle. Because they won't let me into solo shuffle with my conquest gear. And I am extremely bitter, apparently. Snaily works today. Snail daily today actually works. Nice. All right. Getting up around 6, not easy. Good benefits. Yeah. I think that, well, it's not for everybody. Different people are like genetically coded with different chronotypes and different sleep-wake patterns that are natural to them. And I know I'm not necessarily a morning person or an early bird by the core of my being. I never have been. I'm able to kind of sort of make it work sometimes, but it's not how I naturally function. But it is true that it's easier for me to focus and pay attention before I've had enough of the day go by to be lazy. As soon as I start being lazy, laziness really picks up momentum, and then it's kind of all over after a certain point. But if the day is still fresh enough that I haven't really had enough time to mess up, then it's easier to get stuff done. So you can make an argument for, well, just do all your work in the morning. But I stream in the morning. And it's a great time to stream. It's a good time slot. It means that I'm always consistent. It means that I can finish my stream before lunch and then have the rest of the day for whatever, but whatever often turns into a nap. I'm going to list all of that stuff, and then we'll go do the snaily. Yeah, we made some Omnium Draconis. Omnium, yep. Throw a bunch of that up there. Anything else I want to sell? Yeah, we gotta move on. We gotta keep going. Let's pop ourselves into this spec and then take a flight path, shall we? It's credit for the malicious title. The snail daily is for a snail. It's for a snail. You're trying to get your pink snail mount. Big Slick. I think that's what he's called. Here, take me here. Whatchamacallit? Is that what he's called in the Mount Journal? Big Slick in the City. He is called that in the Mount Journal. The quest is called Snailed It, but you gotta finish your Snail Tamer rep. Timing works well for me. Early evening here. Yeah, mornings are great because I'm West Coast. So morning for me is kind of like late morning, early afternoon, lunch break-ish for West Coast North America. And then it's kind of dinner time, evening, just getting off work-ish for Europe. The only people that it really fricks are Australia, New Zealand, East Asia, if anyone's there, which a few people are, and some of them don't sleep. We have Aussies in our community, and they're chronically insomniacs because that's the only way they can watch my stream live. Snail Mount makes me want to play. Love the color. It's gorgeous. And it's one of those things where you get to kind of like befriend it and get to know it before you get it. And I've always liked those kind of grinds. I have shown him my level 25 snail pets. We did all 15 of them. We got that part done already. Ability to nap impresses me. Sometimes the nap just doesn't happen, and that's awful. That's part of what happened to me yesterday, is I had fallen into a foul mood. I was grumpy, and I didn't want to focus, and it wasn't going to happen, and I was just kind of like waiting for something to change, and I was like, you know what, just you're tired, just go to bed, take a nap. You'll feel better when you wake up, and then you can actually do it. It'll be late, but it's fine. Because sometimes that does work for me. Sometimes I'll take a nap, I'll wake up like a new person and everything, and then I can just get it done. But I went to go take a nap, and then I was just reading, and I couldn't fall asleep, and I just read a bunch of like 6 different books, and then it was like 7 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, now I'm hungry. I'm still tired, and I'm still grumpy. Guild has Nasi in it. Don't know if he ever sleeps. You currently start at my midnight. Staying up for Eurovision. Sometimes it'd be like that. That's okay. Happens to a lot of people. Happens to more people than you would think. And I did manage to get it done this morning. I am happy with it. I think it's a decent one. Did I lose my cat? She's wandered off. That's all right. So Snail Daily. Maybe Nighthold tomorrow. Like a nice Sunday end of the stream week kind of wrap up might be good. Did I sell you the Glacial Furies? I guess if I did, it would have been in between all the Omnium Draconis in my chat log. They are expensive. I'm just going to have to hope for the best. My favorite thing about selling Tepid Versatility files is that people buy them like hotcakes, and there's not that much. I guess there's not as many people selling them as there are selling the more lucrative things. So I can just make like 4K Tepid Versa files, and they'll all be sold before I finish the next batch. I can sell them almost continuously. So whenever, even if they're only like 7 gold a piece, profit, like on average, it's still, I can just basically do that for as long as I feel like it and continue to make gold because I never have a hard time selling them. Day significantly less hungover than she was 3 hours ago, so that's a win. Floyd here now. Hello, how you doing? Happy birthday. It's probably not your birthday, but it could be. 1 in 365% chance. I have not done. I've been carrying around these side quests for this area. Haven't done them. Probably won't. Same thing with that. I have a bunch of extra. No, I'll do them eventually. I'll do them one day. I'm carrying around a bunch of extra side quests for Zerlet Caverns. I just haven't been in the mood. Too many other things going on. Show me the Snail Daily. But yeah, I've never quite... And I don't think I can blame my stream schedule for why I have a hard time focusing on desk work, because in the past, because of that, I used to have a split schedule. I would do mornings for some days, including weekends, and I would do afternoons kind of like in the back half of the week. I would do afternoons like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And in theory, that would let me get up early, get everything done I could possibly want to before stream, and then just kind of like have a chill stream to finish the day, because it's not hard to focus on stream usually. Streaming is something you can just kind of sit down and just do, and that means that it's a good candidate for kind of that sleepy time in the afternoon when you're not really up to doing anything else. But the problem is I just wouldn't do anything in the morning either. Like I would get up early, or I wouldn't, and then I'd be like, oh, I don't stream until 3, going back to bed. You know, I just because it's a better time to focus doesn't mean it always happens. That pet battle is not the one that I need. I need Delver Marde to finish my achievement, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I've picked up the cargo quest. It's this one again. All right. Clearly days that are much more and less common to have birthday. I suppose so. I guess I get, sure. I don't know why that just short-circuited me. I just started thinking about bunnies, having baby bunnies in the springtime, and then I started thinking about the yard that I like to see the baby bunnies in. And then I was thinking about, like, the little chipmunks, and then, like, the little baby deer, the fawns that follow their parents, nibbling on everybody's gardens. Stolen supplies, there we go. I'm gone, woo! Tips for starting the completionist journey. Step 1 is to assemble your tools. And by that I mean install all the things. And get to know it if you haven't already. You may have done so already. You know, figure out what you want and how to track what you're missing and find out where to get it. So, you know, you got your Wowhead bookmarked and you've got your all the things. Maybe can I mog it? That's a good one. And then step 2, once you've assembled all of your tools, is to narrow your scope so that you don't, just pick one thing at a time to work on so that you feel like you're actually getting somewhere. Because when you're trying to collect like 100,000 things, I say that as a joke, but it's kind of true. Ow. I'm just gonna die. Take me. Those things are hard. if you're trying to collect 100k things and then you collect 10 things and then you feel like you haven't moved the meter at all, that's a real recipe to get kind of burnt out on it. So if you narrow your scope and you look at one thing and you look at exactly how to get it and you just kind of work on that thing until you get it, at least whenever you need a boost, that's much nicer because it's a lot more achievable to get one thing or to get, you know, the rest of the Mog from one instance or whatever, like a smaller project. Okay, we've gone too far into the caldera. We hate the caldera. We're leaving the caldera. We never go back to the caldera. I'll probably go back, but I won't be happy about it. We want to find some nice, reasonable, non-elite mobs. Why you got so much health? I don't know if it has a lot of health or I'm just not doing any damage. Am I wearing my gear? I'm wearing my gear. Give up on touching grass. How to navigate an overwhelming situation. It works for me, like, when I'm applying it to my life, I'd say it works like 60% of the time, which sounds good or bad depending on how successful you usually are. If you're the kind of person that is just used to deciding to do something and then doing it, you're going to say that sounds insane. But if you usually decide to do something and then nothing ever happens, 60% is a lot better than nothing. So finding whatever strategy helps for you to narrow your scope to focus on the thing that is actually achievable, ideally in one sitting. I found when I was working on raid guides, I would break them up into pieces that would take no longer than 45 minutes each. And I would, and if a thing would take longer than 45 minutes, I would kind of estimate how long it was going to take and then break it into sessions of 45. So I'd be like, you know, editing session 1, editing session 2, editing session 3, unless you just get like sucked into the vortex and then you start playing the hard style music and then you become the gremlin. But for, you know, sane workflow, breaking it down to little chunks, and then you only set yourself the goal. You don't let yourself think about anything other than the one thing that you know you can do in the next like 45 or 30 or whatever time frame works for you. I had a thought that was related to that. Gremlin, work chunks, 50 minutes, timer. Oh, the trick is getting better at accurately estimating how long something takes, because it turns out a lot of us, especially people that aren't very good at, that have difficulty with focusing on time management, really are terrible at guessing how long something is going to take. It either feels like it's going to take 45 years and therefore you may as well never start. That's something that happens to me a lot. Or I think, well, oh no, I can crank that out in like an hour. In my brain, an hour or just later tonight is like a magical time vortex where I can make anything happen, because honestly, sometimes I do. That's the hard part, is sometimes those last minute binges sometimes work, so then you learn to like trust them and you go, oh, well, it's okay, I can finish it later. And that's dangerous. But the way that you work on that, and you don't fix it, but the way that you work on being terrible at estimating time is you make a game of actually tracking how long it takes. So you take a stab at it, you know, you break down a task into your however many pieces it is that you think are going to be like a half an hour each. And then one thing that's kind of fun is you estimate how long they're each going to take and you write it all down. And then you time yourself for each thing. You start a stopwatch, you start a timer, you write down your start time and your end time, and you actually track, like a scientist, you collect data on how long it genuinely takes you under real life conditions to do a thing. And the longer you do that, the more you're going to have like an actual evidence-based way to decide how long something should take, which makes it a lot nicer to plan things. Because sometimes you make a plan, but you have no idea if it's a good plan. And then you're like, oh, this isn't a good plan, so I'm not going to do it. And then you just, you know, the kryptonite of all plans not starting. I'm out of ideas on that, which is good because it was a very minor question that wasn't even to do with working. Have I attempted Avoker? No, not yet. Do I have plans to do that? Maybe, actually. I need to finish, just in general, the Sarkareth guide, because I actually have enough footage to do a good job of it. I have footage of all 3 phases on normal, and I think I can research the heroic changes and be able to kind of illustrate them without doing it firsthand. So I need to get that done and together, and then I want to sort of plan out a content block, although I'm not going to promise anything because I promise lots of things, and I've stopped promising things because it doesn't, it just leads to me breaking hearts. You're very tall. That is a very tall crag runner. Is she wearing like a stone bra top? Because honestly, that's kind of sick. Time everything the first time I do it. Do things at basically the same pace every time. Know how long it took the first time, know how long it'll take the next. Yeah. If I wanted to step my own method up a bit, what I would do is I am unlike you in that I take wildly different amounts of time based on sort of internal conditions. That could be amount of sleep. It could be how much I've been eating or exercising, or what I've been eating or exercising. It could be hormonal, is something that can absolutely wreak havoc on your life if your body hates you. And so if I was really trying to be scientific, what I would do is I would track the things, and then also on the same page have a little section for like, how you feeling today? You get any exercise? You sleep okay? You know, like what's going on with you chemically? Because that can also help. Like trying to do something on a bad day that has a lot of different factors going into it is going to be a different experience for me than trying to do it on a good day. Like dramatically, I am a Jekyll and Hyde kind of person that way. So being aware of all the different things that influence that and kind of making a note of it, not so that you can just give up on a day that it's going to be hard, but so that you can give yourself some extra time and kind of know that it's coming, and also know why. Because if you're not in touch with yourself and you're having a bad day and you're just like, oh, I'm just terrible at this because I suck, because I must, you know, you start like beating yourself up about it. But if you step back and you realize, well, this isn't going very well because I had a poor night's sleep and I'm worried about this thing. And, you know, my body's doing this, like my body's doing this thing because of the calendar or whatever. And maybe I skipped a workout and that's not very good. Or I've been eating poorly and that tends to add to it. It gives you just kind of some concrete things to help you stop internalizing your actions, because it's not that you don't need to take responsibility for them, but recognizing that there's a lot of different things that go into how you behave beyond just how you decide to, at least for me, is helpful for that. And giving yourself tons of time and then actually getting it done is way better than not doing it at all. Depends on your definition of giving up on day. Assuming I can actually do the thing, having a bad day probably just not happening. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me yesterday with the news video, which it is a little bit late, but I did get done this morning. But yesterday, I managed to get the notes together. I was trying to compromise with myself, and then eventually I was like, okay, I know you want to go to bed now, and it's like 8:45 because you're tired and you're cranky, but like just have some chocolate milk, sit down for 1 hour, and make the notes for it, and then you can see how you feel. And sometimes once I've done that, I'll start feeling into the rest of it, and I'll just do the whole thing. But I had the chocolate milk, I made the notes, and I was like, it's not happening. This is no way. And then I did it this morning. Chocolate milk solves everything. I'm trying to, it's hard to not just outsource your emotional management to food. It's hard to not get in the habit of trying to fix your bad moods with food, or at least with unhealthy food. Working on your emotions by making sure that you have the nutrients you need is great. Protein in particular is something that helps me a lot with focus when I remember to actually do that properly. But I don't know, when I'm in a bad mood, I just get petulant, and you feel awful, and you'll do anything to feel better, and that can lead you down some gnarly paths if you're not careful about it. But the chocolate milk, it was nice chocolate milk. I didn't have a huge thing. Able to beat any of the advanced races? They straight up seemed impossible with the 3 attempted months ago. I did advanced races in the regular Dragon Isles. I haven't done any in the new space yet. I don't know if I will. I haven't done any in the new space yet. I didn't do gold on them. I did silver for the advanced races for the racing enthusiasts, there's a pet that you can get. So I silvered them all to get that, and then I stopped. There's some kind of title or something, some achievement for doing them on gold, and I just decided I didn't want to. Wasn't worth it. Important to have that introspection. But sometimes it's exhausting. Sometimes you don't want to be introspective, and you don't want to take care of yourself, and you just want to wallow. And if I get too deep into that space, I just let myself wait it out. Just go, all right, listen, you feel awful. Sometimes you're gonna feel awful. Just don't do anything drastic. You know, maintenance mode your life for a day or two, and you will feel better soon. Maybe recognize why you feel awful, but as long as you don't do anything stupid, well, than usual, then it's okay to just to just be grumpy for a few days. I find for me it doesn't last that long. I get over it eventually. Something will shake me out of it. Okay, we did our snail daily. Woo! How's my snail rep? It doesn't really matter. It'll get done eventually, and then we'll have a snail, and then we won't ride it much because we're almost 4 or 5. You know what? Once I get to 4 or 5 and I have the last day in my, or the last bar in my sights, I think that's going to make me much more excited about this. We can do that. I said I needed honor, and it's true. I do need honor. I'm gonna go to loam. Dragon riding races frighten me. Slemmas, I totally agree with that. You can drive yourself absolutely mad trying to figure out whether or not how you work, how it relates to what everybody else does, and at the end of the day, it's not a helpful thing to do. Some people find it inspiring. Some people can probably get like a good motivational kick out of thinking about what they're supposed to be able to do, and if you can then do it, then that's great. But never worked for me. I'm not looking at my auctions. Did I sell any Glacial Furies? Is that how many I made? I didn't sell any Glacial Furies yet. I sold all the Omnium Draconis. All of it. Already. Ugh, so good. No, move on. Stop. You can't craft all day. You can't craft all day. Item level for... What am I item level? 418 on this character. 418. She's got some holdout pieces from last season that need some work. Hazel, do you think you're super introspective? What is super introspective? I'm capable of introspection. I indulge in it perhaps a bit too much. Why not? Oh. Enabling! Because I want to get honor gear. I can't start my solo shuffle journey, and I can't start working on my vicious war snail, which I do want, until I get honor gear. So I just need to do some of it. Sometimes you just want chocolate milk. I have a Nanaimo bar in my fridge that I need to eat because I bought it a little bit ago. And it's not going to last, like, it lasts a while. It's pre-wrapped and everything, but they're not going to last forever. And I bought it for me. So I need to eat it. All right, what are we saying? I have, my PvP item level is 425. PvP item level 425. PvP item level needs to get to 434. Only way to do that, honor gear. I'm avoiding tier slots currently because I'd like to... I bought myself a belt and some boots. They scale to 437. I'm going to need to get basically mostly a full set of blue gear again before we get into epic gear again. I have some conquest as well. Is that true? I have 270 conquest. That's not a meaningful amount. I have a quest. It's called Arena Calls. I've won 4 of 10 arena matches. It says skirmishes, but actual arena matches do count. That's going to give you 2k. So I can do some 2s at some point or 2s or 3s to work on that. I was playing with Flabby and that was fun. Outside of that, there's a Sparks of Life quest. This will give me 500 honor, which isn't all that much, but you can also get bloody tokens. So if we make sure we're war mode on and we're looking at the Waking Shores, there should be like a PvP world quest. I mean, you should just get some amount of, I don't have world quest list on right now. Was it working again? Something bloody tokens, something honor, something sparks of life. Actually, no, you were getting sparks of life just for looting treasures. That's what it was. So if I needed sparks of life in the Waking Shores, I should be able to just go to the Waking Shores and loot treasures like satchels and dirt and stuff. Yeah, I do have it on, which is why I'm confused why I can't see them. I'm trying to see. There it is. There's one in Theldraszus. There isn't one out here. I guess that's okay. In Theldraszus, we've got 2 of them. We've got Destroy Arcana in the span, and then we've got a boss to kill in Theldraszus. Both of those are for 434 items. Okay. Man, one of them's a belt. I have a belt already. So I don't even need to do that for the item. That would be good, though. So let's do that. It's just up here. Let's start with that. For the pants, it's for the pants. Oh, I don't even have tier pants on right now. That's perfect, actually. That'll work. Let's go. Transmog. All the PvP quests are picked up at the PvP area, kind of by the upgrade NPC and the target dummies in Veldraken, around here. On that side there. I need a dragon riding mount. Where's my noodle? Slither Drake, that's the one. Alright, this is gonna be ugly. I don't know. I mean, first of all, I'm a chicken on a dragon. Second of all, I don't really play PvP on this spec. This character is for arena healing and like solo shuffle in 2s and 3s. I don't really have any interest in world PvP or battlegrounds, but they make you do it. I mean, they don't make you do it. You could, if you really wanted to, just queue random skirms. And then, or like pug 2s or 3s until you had enough honor to get into it, but it would be a big project. Do I have a shovel? I do. I got 20 charges of worth of dirt collecting, so that will help with the Sparks of Life thing. But we got to do this boss first. Hopefully it's not too big of a problem. Tragicarp, thank you for the 14-month resub. Add-on attached to the map. This is World Quest something. World Quest list. Oh, dear Lord. That's... Oh, dear Horde. That's a problem. Is this where the boss spawns? Ruzast. Are people fighting over here, or is it just... I don't really want to fight. I just want to do the world boss. Is it underneath? I don't see anything up. It sounds like a bird name, which makes me think there's going to be a bird over here. Yeah. I feel like I'm a little outnumbered. Skinny Dragon is from the 5th chapter called Inherited Sin of the Embers of Neltharion campaign. Keep doing your 10.1 campaign, you'll get it. Why do you think Blizzard makes you do other PvP before you can solo shuffle? I've angered them in a past life and they're taking it out on me. It's because I didn't recycle enough as a child. Karma, stepped on a couple of bugs, didn't buy an electric car, you know. Yeah. I have a hard time thinking that I'm going to be able... Oh, I can spec into an herbalism thing. Hard time thinking that I'm going to be able to get a kill on this. So maybe I should just move on to the... Yeah, so there's Ruzast. This area is nothing but Horde. I don't see any friendly players anywhere. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna leave. Maybe worry about this later. Middle of the night. It is Saturday. It's like the middle of the day on a Saturday. As much fun as it would be to run around and just cyclone people. Let's go see if we can get some sparks of life at least. I can PvP Alliance in this zone. I am Alliance. What? I don't understand. I need more coffee. Actually, that's not true. I had a perfectly good cup of coffee early. Here. What is this? Test card tackle boxes. Did these give sparks of life? That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's too easy. I don't get any sparks from that. All right. Oh, it's a free-for-all. Oh. Well, then how is anybody supposed to kill the boss? Well, that's why it looked like everybody was unfriendly. It's because everybody was unfriendly. Alright. Slowly working on being able to herb while mounted on this character. So, if I do regular world quests, like rescuing some distressed Marmoni, I think that may give me sparks. I don't think you actually have to PvP. I'm pretty sure last time I didn't kill anybody. Spark groups on LFG tool under custom. Oh. Do they do PvP or do they do world quests, or what are we saying here? Can I be in a raid? There are sparks. Because last time I ended up just flying around and doing like rares and treasures all by my lonesome. Oh, regular PvP. Oh. Well, never mind. I don't want to do that. I just want to do world quests and rares, and I want to hide. I want to sneakily accomplish other things. Is my item level even enough to do this world quest? I have, like, I got PvP gear, and I could have upgraded it with honor. I could have upgraded my conquest gear's regular item level with honor. But I figured if it's not going to get any better in PvP, and that's the only thing I plan on doing, because I hadn't thought that I was going to have to do the honor grind again, then I just used all of my honor points last season, because I got tons of them. I used them all to turn into marks of honor to buy transmog, is what I ended up doing. I didn't save any of it for gear, and I didn't use any of it to upgrade my conquest gear, so that's how I'm at level 380, even though I got my vicious mount, my 1800 and everything last season. Scouts packs, dirt, magic band chests. Yeah, it's decent. They normally, like, the fact that A, honor gear was once again required, even if you had done the conquest gear up. And then B, not resetting honor was just weird. I can't imagine that they intended that. They must have, because they did it, but like, it was just weird. Oh dear, okay. How are we doing? Any more monies need my help? I'm assuming that this, I guess we'll find out, is going to give me sparks. Maybe I'm confused and it's only PvP world quest, but we'll find out in a second here. 15 of these. Chuck a couple of parachutes up. And I got 10 sparks for doing a world quest, so we're 10% of the way there. Does that mean I can get some for doing the pet battle? I feel like I can't possibly. I mustn't. Ooh, a rare though. Let's do the rare. Rares help, and they're not always up, so we'll scoot along and go take a look at that. I'm gonna come back and try the pet battle. Even if it doesn't give me any sparks, at least I'll get a quality upgrade stone. Just for the future. I don't need any. I bought some. That makes it sound like a cave situation. I think this person is also confused about where it is. There we go. Okay, so this is maybe like a Horde Alliance thing. So I won't, because it's been tagged by Horde because I'm in war mode, I don't think I will. I think I would have to kill these people, which I don't think is going to go very well. I don't think I even irritated them. I kind of thought she was going to res me because I'm in war mode. I kind of thought it was just going to pick me back up again. Okay, forget the rare. I thought there was going to be nobody there. There are people there. This is honestly what I get for trying to do this at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm sure I'm not the only person that had the idea of getting set up with honor gear this weekend. I'm gonna do the pet battle. What if it works? What if it counts? And for my valiant performance defeating the guy on top of this tower, it gives me some sparks of life because I was in war mode. His world quest is called Sharp as Flint. I need to turn rematch on. Rematch in pet battle scripts. Because I am sure I have team save for him already. What's he called? He's called... Yeah, there we go. Iron Starlet. Never fails. I think we can turn off the heating pet. I think it's 24 degrees in here. I think I could let that one go. I feel like I tried this last time. I think I tried doing the pet battle last time. I don't remember what happened. Oh well, we want the upgrade stone. It'll come in handy for something eventually. I need to level more pets. No, do I actually? Maybe I don't. Maybe I actually bought stones for that too. You get enough pet charms, you can just kind of spend them. What I should do is I should look at my score, my pet score. My Warcraft pet score. That'll tell me. Kazakor, thank you for the 22-month resub. Happy weekend. Happy weekend. Hope it's going well for you. Warcraft, not Warcraft logs, Warcraft pets. Different kind of competition. Hazel Nutty. That would be me. Log in. Yes. Ancient logins. Let's update my collection. There's so many fan sites that Warcraft Pets feels like a real nostalgic thing, but there we go. So according to this, according to Warcraft Pets, I'm the 8th ranked collection on the server. That I have no pets at max level? That seems weird. 0? Collection data purge. Oh, weird. Blizzard API. Did Blizzard kill Data for Azeroth? Let's try Data for Azeroth instead. They can't possibly have. How did we do here? We got Shadowflame Crest, Flight Stones, Flawless Battlestone. We did not get anything. We did not get any sparks, which I think I probably should have anticipated. I'm just going to assume that my pet collection is the best and stop trying to look it up. Yeah, Flabby's already done the Sparks of Life, but... What about the Climbing World quest? Is that because it's like a not pet battle one? Will that count differently? I guess we'll see. I wonder if it's just no sparks because they figure you're not even vulnerable to attack while you're pet battling. What if we could do PvP pet battles and get sparks? This might work. I don't know if I'm vulnerable to attack while I'm doing this. I don't know if you could just like shoot people off the wall. It would be funny. Let's find out. Oh no, my grip. Wonder if that means no more allied races again? I think that... Maybe. I think that they might not do any more races classified as allied races because that kind of felt a bit like a... I know it wasn't solely limited to BFA, but allied races felt kind of like a BFA thing. And now allied races started to feel like they weren't that different from just races. So I think they could add more races to the game, like more playable races. Certainly more easily than they could add more playable classes or specs. But I don't see a need to continue to distinguish them as allied races. It used to be that allied race was a great way for them to kind of add more customization options to an existing model, like make dwarves able to be dark iron dwarves. But now that they have all the technology to do more customization within the same character creation screen, they don't really need to. If they want to add more Worgen fur, they don't need to add a new Worgen-ish allied race. They can just, I did get 10 sparks of life from doing that. They don't need to add a new Worgen allied race. They can just add them directly to Worgen. So I think they'll do more races, but I don't think they need to make them allied. 3rd in pet collected, 4th in pet score and Liper. Okay. I wonder why Warcraft pets can't track that anymore. All right. I'm gonna do cataloging, but if we see any, do I have rare scanner on? I might. I do not. I'm gonna turn it on and reload. If we see any rares, then that might be good too. I think they need to be careful about bloat. I would not mind too terribly some amount of playable race bloat, and I think it's gotten a bit easier if you accept that some races just won't transmog everything. Mechanome set a great precedent for races that are playable, full playable races that just don't really wear very much transmog. And I think that's fine, as long as, you know, people know going into it. Yeah, people want Tuskar. Like, what's the worst thing that happens if they add a lot? I mean, I guess you're balancing racials, because racials do still have some amount of combat effectiveness. Want ogres? Want to play a Niffin? Eriko, blind bird people from Draenor. Oh, I missed the jump. Yeah, ethereals are another really common request. I always like it when they add new combos and new things that you can. I just like excuses for making alts. Not that I need any, clearly. Okay, dragon race is over here. Trying to make sure I'm do all the Waking Shores quest. Does the dragon race give you sparks? I think it might. How's it going? It's going all right. I'm trying to get my Sparks of Life quest done. I'm trying to get my PvP item level up high enough that I can queue solo shuffle, which is a thing I thought I was going to have to do once this expansion, and I'm discovering that I was wrong. So I'm doing some world quests with war mode on to get sparks, and then I'm also, I guess actually there's an argument to be made for just doing all the world quests and then just waiting for more world quests. If you get 10 sparks a world quest, you could just not worry about rares or PvPing at all. Kind of odd that there aren't ogres. Yeah, I think there's probably more that goes into deciding whether or not a race should be playable than just whether or not like they've existed. I mean, Murlocs have existed as a race that's been around for ages. You know, I'm sure somebody out there wants to be a kobold. There's lots of sort of humanoid-ish, and even that's kind of not a super high requirement anymore, races that are present. I think ogres and Tuskar, I don't know. I think they're probably more open to making more different types of playable characters that don't necessarily fit the old archetypes of like what a male and a female. Like the body types are more flexible now, I think. So it's okay. Like I feel like they could come up with a with an ogre body too. Catacorn, thank you for the 4-month resub. But I think it's one of those things that might, I don't know how many people, like people want ogres to be added, but I don't know how many people genuinely would switch to maining it. It's what people, I don't know if that's the I also don't know if that matters. I'm just saying words. I'd love to be a Naga. Yeah, I think that I would be down for sort of a Piscine kind of thing, like a Naga or a Jinyu or something else kind of fishy. All right, Captain Lancer, give me some sparks of light, please. 8 sparks for him. That's something. Alrighty, are there any more world quests that are like in this zone? I think fish steaks. And then any rares or treasures that we can find along the way. I'm up to 48 of 100. It's not too bad. This will make me 58 of 100, the Tuskar world quest. I adore Nagas because I love night elf lore so much. How was your day? Was it refreshing? Not as refreshing as I wanted. The walk was wonderful. I did get outside for a while after stream, and that was very nice. But then I came back and I was all ready to be productive, and then it wasn't destined to be. Didn't happen. So I got up a bit early. This is the face of Hazel that's been up since 5:45, which is not my normal hours. Tonka customization for Tauren, already part of the horde. That'd be kind of cool. I'd be super down for that. I want to make a Draenei Warlock. You'd think that I didn't have any Draenei for ages, and then basically since the Alt Purge, and then I've made this Draenei Hunter and like re-fallen in love with them. Let's see. Am I going to enter my Draenei Warlock era? I'm imagining the Draenei Warlock wearing next to nothing with just like run around with her demons and her spell effects. I don't know if I'm imagining her doing very much damage, although that would be fun. If she was actually super dangerous and like a really good player. But I think it's more likely that she just looks sickening, and then that's the end of it. Favorite class race mix? Not something you want to play all the time. Ooh. I love gnomes. I love gnomes as a lot of things. Gnome priest is a favorite of mine. Gnome mage is kind of like a classic pairing. But gnome priest, I just like gnomes casting, and I love gnomes combined with kind of the haughtiness of the priest idol animations and just the general vibe that you pick up after healing people as a priest for long enough. I love grumpy gnomes. You know, she's small, but that's not going to stop her from doing her thing. Worgen Druid. I don't have any Worgen. I need to make one and level it for their heritage armor. And it must not be very important to me because I just can't bring myself to do it. Maybe with the new fur colors? I don't know. Make a Worgen what though, honestly? A Worgen... What do I want my Worgen to be? I don't think I want a Worgen. This quest of the reason Tuskar is my lowest renown. You can get a lot of Tuskar now just from turning in fish, especially now that it's cheap. If you'd rather spend gold on it than anything else, you can just buy cheap fish and just turn them in for straight rep. I definitely did a Tuskar renown or two that way. All right, 58 of 100 sparks. Should be a rare. Terralod the Devout. But Flabby knows where all the rares are. Looking forward to making a Lightforged Warlock. Volpara's grown on me. Made my monk for the name, but the animations have been solid. The Volpara monk has become very quickly recognizable as you. I've noticed whenever... It's become very quickly recognizable as you. I see you around town, or I'll see you in the Zerlik Caverns, or I'll just see you in raid picking up a bomb and heading downstairs in Sarkareth, and I'm like, yep, that's Pachiko. Dumbest question, what are Chromie time restrictions? What do you mean by restrictions? You choose I guess you can't be max level. So when you reach level 60, it kicks you out of Chromie time. It actually kicked me at level 59 recently, which I was quite miffed by. So there's a level restriction for Chromie time. When you choose a Chromie time, it will give you like the breadcrumb quest for that zone, and it will give you, that'll be your default pool of dungeons to queue into in LFD, but it doesn't mean that you cannot go quest anywhere else. The rest of the world will still scale to you. You'll be phased from non-Chromie time players, so you won't see max level players that aren't in Chromie time. That's rude of Chromie. Increasing it to 61 and 1.5. Okay. There's a bug that kicks you at 59. Okay. Yeah, I remember going back to, I was on my hunter and I went back to, whatchamacallit, I went back to Westfall and I was like trying to do Captain Grayson's thing, the lighthouse, and the quests were giving me like 300 XP, which is not anything. I was like, what do you mean? I'm not even level 60 yet. How could you? How do you see blood DK? I won't lie to you. I'm not super up to date on how various classes are performing, especially if I don't play them. I don't know a thing about how blood DK is. I think they're great people. I hope they're having a wonderful weekend. I can barely tell you about Evoker, and that's what I mean. Expansion restrictions have been removed? Huh. Did they have expansion restrictions before? Oh, I got some shoulders. That's nice. Leather shoulder monk that I didn't have before. They don't scale in PvP, but that's okay. 66 of 100. Because I looted that guy. Did I get any sparks from him? I'm still in war mode, right? I am still in war mode. Oh, I did get 8 sparks. I got 8 sparks. So you have a green dragon taxi? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that noodle dragon looks very different than mine. The slither drakes have been popular. People have been on them. I've not been the only one to change up my main keybind. Love my noodle dragon. What's you guys's what color have you gone with yours? Have you left it black? I know a lot of people wish that they had the white option that we saw during the quest line. I've made mine on my main. I've made mine bronze for the aforementioned resemblance to an uncooked spaghetti noodle. Flabby's gone for green. Main's black. Choose other colors for alts. Red. Very own Falcor from Neverending Story. Today, there's a Ardenweald Korthia mount that is very Falcor from Neverending Story. The Winter Wilderling. This thing. I guess it's not exactly Falcor, but that's pretty. People were giving that all the Neverending Story references when that came out. Today, years old, when I learned you have to have Shadowflame Crest on you. Can't be in your bank. Oh, I didn't know that either. That's rude. Looks weird. Skewers now. Crests have to be in your bags. Annoying. Oh. I guess it's a good thing I picked him. I stuck him back in my reagent bag. I had them stashed in my bank for a while, but then I wanted to know how many I had just by carrying them around. Hey, I got another transmog. I didn't have that dagger. I'm collecting out here. I'm working on my Alpha things. All right, that is 82. 82 of 100. This is the way to do it. You just get yourself a Flabby. Flabby knows where all the rares spawn. It's a good day today. It's so Saturday. What am I gonna have for lunch? I need to make sure I get like a good lunch that's not gonna put me to sleep. So not super heavy, so that I can do a bunch of afternoon keys. I'm gonna do some Mythic Plus with my friends. I know I'm gonna need some more caffeine. Probably gonna make a cup of tea. Burgers with Hawaiian buns later. Oh, very nice. Not much of a beer person. Not a big day drinker. Not a big night drinker either, but now and then. Curry sounds good. Smoothie. Ooh, I do love a good PvE smoothie. I got some more straws. I've been making smoothies at home and then sticking my metal straws in them and using those. Do I pick it up? No, he's got it. Yeah, I definitely didn't learn about any of this. Spark's quest is really only worth 500 honor. You get 50 conquest, that's also helpful. The trophies of strife will be good for upgrading the world quest gear that we'll get. So if we do that Ruzost thing, and then if we manage to kill Ruzost, and then we manage to, and then I could upgrade it. That'll be nice. Had surprise pizza, it was amazing. Oh, nice. I'd say pizza is such a summer thing, but pizza is really an all year round thing for me. In a statement that is the most generic thing I could possibly say, love pizza. It's like the joke about two like incredibly generic people falling in love being like, I like pizza. You like puppies? I like puppies. Oh my god. No way. Do you like the beach on a sunny day? What? Coldest take ever, right? My cold take, or my hot take, is that I won't eat cold pizza. It's not that I wouldn't if you were threatening me, but it's I will always take the opportunity to reheat it. I will always, you know, bring it back to life a little bit in the oven or a hot pan on the stove or something. Never the microwave. I don't even have one of those anymore. We won't even go there. But I don't know why that poor person. I don't know what they did. Oh, not a fan of cold pizza. Congealed cheese, not my thing. If cheese is meant to be melted in a thing, I would like for it to be actually hot. Or at least hot adjacent. How come you don't have a microwave? This is a surprisingly controversial topic every time we have the conversation, so I just say I don't want one, and I'm happy without it, and then we all move on, because for some reason that's a hot take. That is a much hotter take than the pizza thing. I don't think they're dangerous. I don't think they're harmful. I just don't really want one. And for some reason it always gets heated. Microwave fun. It gets nuked every time we go there. Yeah, open fire. Precisely. 91 of 100. We're getting there. Almost done. Woke up this morning, found it again in my fridge. Surprise pizza. Do you make a campfire every time you want to heat up your food? Yeah. You gotta burn things. Burn a witch at the stake. I was thinking through, like, I was tabbing through jokes in my head, being like, nope, that one's not good, that one's not funny, that one's just not a joke, that one's too much. not gonna finish that one. I never did sell these. See patterns from last season. Good to see you're still around making content. Hi, I am. I'm here. I am older than I used to be, but who's not, you know? Who isn't? Show me somebody who's not aging, and I will... What will I do? Nothing, I suppose. Leave them be. Leave them alone. That's their business. The lucky ones are the ones that go older. Seriously. I like watching the Wiggly Dragon. I was thinking recently about how insane it seems to me that butterflies, you know, like this big, made of nothing, can migrate across continents. Birds make sense to me. You see a goose, you know that thing's going all the way to, you know, the other hemisphere, and you're like, that makes sense. That tracks. That is an athletic bird. It's honking its heart out. It's got muscles. It's been scarfing grass for months. That goose is ready. And then you see a butterfly and you're like, aren't you gonna live for like 2 weeks? You're made of watercolor illustrations. You don't seem like an animal. Like, it is, but the fact that they can also, and I guess it's easier to fly far when you are made of nothing. Like, you don't, like, the goose has to carry all of its goosiness with it, but like the butterfly has much less mass to move. But it's not like it's got big airstreams, you know? A couple of generations of butterflies. Oh. They still go very far for very tiny things. Although I definitely did think that a monarch butterfly was just gonna be born here and then just like peace out to Mexico. I was convinced that was how that worked. Made of a stick and some colored dust. I have not voiced any Niffin, no. I don't think that I sound that much like them. I think they've got a much more pronounced accent that sounds quite regionally different from mine, but then again, I'm in denial about my voice. 91 of 100 sparks. Nearly there. Nearly there. I've explored the waking shores. Go me. Okay. I have a lot of star searches I can do. I could spell you a mile away. See, that sounds like a dwarf to me when I play it in my head. The voice line from the Niffin that stuck with me the most, because I think I just heard it the most times in rapid succession, is, "Daw, I don't smell anything." Which sounds more like a cartoon children's character than anything to me. Sounds like an NPC in one of those children's educational PC games that we played in the 2000s. Where, like, a raccoon would go to camp and would have to learn about vegetables. Well, I have to reset my action bars every time I switch. Nope, your action bars should save with your spec profile. So you set them up for each spec and they should save and swap over. Still 91 of 100. I did loot it. I wonder why. We go crate. Do you think or hope they raised the share limit, the shard limit for wormstones? Oh, no. I think I'm happy with 150. 150 seems like a pretty healthy amount to try to get in a week. I like having kind of a goalpost where I'm like, hey, I did a lot of keys this week. I got all my worm things. 15 crests is quite a few. I can definitely rest easy now and take a break until next week, knowing that I'm not missing out by not continuing to grind those dungeons for the rest of my life, or the rest of the week. I think it's like a nice, easy, not that easy, honestly. I'm still only like halfway through on my main. I'm hoping to finish it up today. Honestly, when I first heard the Niffin accent, I thought I didn't recognize it, and I thought they had invented an accent that was completely brand new so that they could have their race sound funny without it sounding like any particular group of people, because they've gotten a lot of backlash over having, like, trolls sound, you know, Jamaican or whatever. Okay. Or, like, just cannibalizing different accents for their different races. So I thought they'd made one up, but then apparently they did not. Don't wander off alone. Yeah, I can't do it. It comes out dwarven. Alright, I need 9 more sparks. If I found myself 2 lovely little treasure chests, 2, I don't know, dirt, expedition packs. Try to snipe the crate. I won't lie, I don't know what the crate is. I am not a big war mode girl. I'm just trying to get my gear. After this, Off to frolic, have a kind Saturday. Have a fun Saturday. King, kind works too. Have a king Saturday. I don't know if I've ever heard that phrase before. Is it picking up relevance now that there's a king again? Still no Australians. All right, which race, if they were going to add one, would have an Australian accent? What kind of place do we have to go to meet an allied race that's going to sound, or like a renowned faction or whatever, that is going to sound like Aussies? Kultiris was a perfect candidate for Australia. What kind of accents do Kultirans have, actually? I hadn't really thought of it in a long time. Kultiris always felt very just, I don't know, it's a coastal town. Completely different planet, some kind of kangaroo people, Loki, Murlocs. If Murlocs started speaking human language, they started speaking English, and they had strong Aussie accents, that would be, or it turned out that they had been speaking English the whole time. And they had strong Aussie accents, that would be really delightful to me as somebody that's a fan of Aussie accents. I'm not seeing a lot of treasure chests. I know that I'll find Tuskar tackle boxes if I go to the beach, but Tuskar tackle boxes don't have sparks of life in them. Yeah, now I've completely spaced on what Kultirans sound like. I don't remember at all. Primal Scythed Queen. Might be another rare. In a cave, looks like. Maybe around this side. Oh, yeah. I remember this rare. This rare, it might be a one-time rare, but this rare was in the very, very beginning. One of the first rares that you might kill when you've come to the Dragon Isles. I should probably get these little baby ones out of the way. Pictured a Murloc holding up a Naga by the tail. Yeah, that's a good image. Do I have a regrowth? That's the one. I want one of those buttons. Okay, let's see if this counts. See if I can do it on my own. Might be a one-time rare. Does she have sparks? No. No sparks. I got a renown level, apparently. I don't know if I would hold out too much hope for that Gatorade. I think you might be out of luck. Oh, no, Tuskar tackle box. So close. Ancient Hornswoggle, seen 22 days ago. Oh, it's up. Is it in a cave? It's dark. It's farther below this. Based on the fact that that one like properly tracks on the map, I want to say that one might be this froggy might be, this might count. When am I getting the 400 honor level pet? Oh, a bucket shell? He's a good pet. He's very cute. Not soon. I didn't go ham bone bananas in Legion like a lot of people did doing the PvP world quests on alts to kind of gain the honor system that way. Man, no sparks! I thought it was for sure that one was gonna count. I didn't do that. And then I'm honor level 90? I'm honor level 90. Mostly just from queuing threes. Haven't really done a whole lot else. Ham bone bananas? Yeah. You know, like, a lot. You never heard that one before? Look, love the rest of the world first. Oh, yeah. Yeah, big streams like that. Anytime a stream gets above, like, 1,000 viewers, with the exception of mine, because you guys are always magical, without exception, the move is just to kind of minimize the chat. I would, when I used to watch Race to World First, I would, where's my Drake break? There's my Drake break. Oh, I Drake braked wrong. No, no, I was right there. Okay. When I used to watch it, I would put it on the TV, like through the Twitch app on the Apple TV or whatever, and I would just not have chat up. That's how I used to watch Overwatch League as well. As I would watch the Twitch stream, but I wouldn't do live chat. It becomes a bit much on the really, really, really big streams. Madrick the Dwarf, thank you for the 7-month resub. Yeah, I don't think you can blame Hambone Bananas on the Canadians. I think that one's just a me thing. Am I coming? Oh. Okay. Out of gas. These last 9 sparks are really holding me up here. We're gonna try and see if the Lunker rares count. I have a feeling they won't, but we can try. You hear my cat? Sometimes she's perfected the art of throwing her meow, where sometimes she'll be, not in this case, but sometimes she'll be right behind you. But she can sound as though she's rooms away. And I don't know how she does it. Okay. I don't know if these will work. I do like being orc oil. Copper coin, no luck. Alright, we're gonna try and do this the old-fashioned way. We just got 9 left to go. Yeah, I have ground skimming. I don't know if you've tried ground skimming lately. It's pretty useless. It's pretty bad. It seems like you would be better off getting off of your mount, especially if you're just trying to get enough vigor to get over a hill. You may as well just get off your mount and just sit and rest and wait for your vigor normally. It is no thrill of the skies, that's for sure. LFR in 3 tunes today? What a ride it was. Did you get any tier? Did you get any good loot? We did our LFR. I did mine on stream the other day, a little while ago, and did not get anything that I could keep, I don't think. I got a dagger at some point, but I don't think it was from LFR. I think it might have been from a key. I'm curious. I know it seems like it's going real slow right now, but if we can finish this quest and then do this one to get the legs and then like upgrade them with the trophies of war that we're going to get, trophies of strife that we're going to get from this. I think might be not really close. I think I also would have to finish the arena calls, finish this. Got to make sure I do that this week. Fun through crevices over waters. Yeah, I haven't ended up doing it much. Did normal first. Fantastic guild raid team. Coasted through 7 and 9 bosses before running into any issues whatsoever in the 8th. LFR was a tad jarring by comparison. Yeah, normal went really smoothly for us also. 6 and 9 in a couple hours last night. Some issues with the Assault of the Sakali. Our first big roadblock was definitely Our first big roadblock was definitely Nelf. Echo of Nelf, I think. Definitely remember to select it in your alts. Okay, yeah, this character straight up doesn't have it. You're right. That's a good point. But even on my main, I feel like it just doesn't give me that much. Like, the blue thing will light up on it. And I feel like it's just not giving me that much vigor. Maybe I just have really unrealistic expectations. Maybe I'm just a speed demon, and if I'm not going crazy fast, there's no point. 20-second cooldown is excessive. 9 more. There was all kinds of horde earlier at that one rare, but I'm sure the rare's gone by now. I suppose I could always finish this like tomorrow. You could make an argument for well, actually, there's only a couple days left of the week. I do want to make sure I get it done. See if we want to do some no voice twos. Alright, I'm looking for stuff. Assume Boomkin in the room has been commented on. Seem to be called Boomies being the one spec you'd never play. I think the reason I dislike Boomkin so much is because I feel like I have to play it whenever I need to get anything done on my druid in the world. So I think I'm actually technically resto spec right now. But the I just whenever I have to do anything that involves world quests, because there's always something that you have to do. I have to go Bimkin because I have all this int gear and I have all these int trinkets and stuff. So, and also it's not like I'm any great shakes at Feral either, but I'm a hot mess at it, and I resent feeling like I need to go do it. A fool who guardian druids everything in world. Change the druid form. Every spec can pop the album form. If you're spec'd into it, I thought you used to be able to. I think you can. Yeah, you can spec Moonkin form even as a Resto Druid. I'm not currently spec Moonkin form as a Resto Druid. I am just a Druid. But I was Boomkin earlier today. I think we're gonna do some twos instead for a bit, just while we wait for like maybe some treasures to spawn or like rares to pop back up or horde to trip and fall over and die in front of me for an extra 9 sparks of life. Didn't know if they've changed it. Slither Drake has some hideous nose options. Oh, I'm apparently not even on my Slither Drake right now. I tried to make myself a bit of like a dreamer-ish mount. I did a green Highland Drake for my Resto Druid. I don't know why. I have a shovel in my bag. I have a sturdy expedition shovel. It's right here. I don't know why I can't find even like one dirt. Like it feels strange. I normally would have seen at least one of them. I'm seeing herbs here and there now and then, but like nothing for dirt. And I know treasures do pop up because I've seen a handful of Tuskar tackle boxes at the beach. A gear upgrade mount, thoughts? Yeah, I'd like that. Throw a big old upgrader on the back of a... what mount would it be, though, is the question. What creature, animal, vehicle? Is it a van? Why is it a van? Big old goblin van with an item upgrader. I'm imagining kind of like recent Cyrus in Animal Crossing. Got the glasses for auto, starting the quest line. Any tips? If you got the glasses, that's the easy part. Is pretty straightforward. The WoW head guide. the WoW head page on it walked me through it more or less. I remember getting I was having a hard time remembering where to go back to bring my stuff, but we got there with coordinates eventually. Do I know where Slurpo is? Oh, Slurpo's right there. Okay. They could put it on the transmog map, make it easier, cheaper to get. I'm kind of hoping that it would be a nice thing if they just relaxed on the whole auction house mount thing and accept that there's already a lot of them around anyways. And that it's not the end of the world to let people get them. And just make another one, maybe, a new one, with an auctioneer on it. Charge like a lot of gold, sure, yeah, you know, make it 5 mil, make it 10 mil, but like make it purchasable in a vendor and not beholden to the whims of the black market auction house that seems to never spawn them. It's the way it is right now is just a bit strange, and at the time I could kind of sort of see what they were going for, but I don't know. I don't feel like my immersion of the game has been that ruined by having one. I don't think they're really, and especially if they're not making it something that you just kind of get by default. Oh, hey, there's dirt. There's dirt, but it's upstairs, or no, it's over there. I am where I am. Nobody else is me. I thought I'm, oh man. This cave had dirt in it. We found a treasure. The first one. It had five sparks in them. You know, you get 5 sparks per. It's just ow. There was like no dirt in that zone. I guess I'm not the only person trying to get sparks via dirt. I do find otters delightful. I actually really like mink. Mink, kind of like they're sort of related. They're sort of water weasel-like creatures that you see in freshwater lakes around here. Other cave. Other cave. I don't. Oh man. This cave. Okay. All right. Arasoon, thank you for the 21-month resub. Hi, Hazel. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you very much. Hello. Mustelids. Yes. Yes, that's the thing. Related to muskrats and otters and beavers, I believe. But they're just they can be, don't get me wrong, they're not cuddly. You do not want to approach them. You do not want to pet them. You don't want to interact with them directly. But if you're just observing them doing their own thing with their family out in the lake in the wild, so cute to watch. They're adorable. They roam around in little packs. They play like otters. You could pet a mink once. Yeah, they got teeth. Is it the wolverines that are mustelids also, or am I mixing that up and there's something else? Animals that I feel like I get confused with because it's not a cat and it's not a dog. It's got fur and I'm confused. Not necessarily nice pets. And hey, we did it. Woo! I'm gonna see if I can squeak his help with Ruzas to get those pants. Wolverines are X-Men. There you go. Some of the scariest creatures out there. There's been a few encounters with them on the reality show Alone, where a contestant that's doing like the wilderness survival thing has a wolverine or similar animal come try to like compete with them for something they've killed, like try to take something they've killed, basically. Scary. frightening. Okay, Ruzast. Where did it go? There it is. Because then I'll be able to upgrade these pants. I'll get the pants, then upgrade them. Weasels, badgers, martens, otters, and wolverines. All mustelids. Are beavers? Hang on, I'm going to Google it. Are beavers mustelids? No. Castoridae. Carnivores, no, beavers are not. Beavers are a different thing. I've gone too far. Plan on getting back to the grind. How do you get the Dragomint like this one? The Slither Drake is from the newest campaign chapters. It's from the 10.1 campaign. You get it for finishing the 5th chapter called Inherited Sin in the Embers of Neltharion campaign. So this is a bit of a free-for-all area. We are apparently listing up a group for it, which is good. Should be up again somewhat soon. Who is my favorite X-Man? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have a lot of exposure to them. I think if I tried to name some X-Men, I would upset people. I think one of them is Silver, and I think one of them is Sophie Turner. That's about all I've got. So could I just fight it, or am I gonna get into trouble? Because I'm assuming if it's gray, it's not gonna do me any good. We have to take out the competition. No, not the hunt. Oh, you get honor and bloody tokens for this too, actually. It's not bad. It's weird DPSing. I just feel like I'm in PvE. I have no particular idea of what's going on. So it died and we didn't get credit for it because we need to take the tag, I guess. I've never done one of these quests before. This is all new to me. Oh, I can heal. This is one of those things in the game that I just don't ever really feel like doing. But it definitely, I know I'm going to have fun shuffling and... Oh, I don't have any mana. I know I'm going to have fun playing the actual season once I get the gear for them to let me into it. So... We just gotta stick it out. Have some water. What's going on? I'm trying to get my PvP item level up on my druid. I'm trying to get my PvP item level up on my druid, so I'm trying to do this world quest, this PvP world quest to I guess we're leaving. To get a piece of gear and then upgrade it, and I did the Sparks of Life weekly, and maybe you're looking at doing a little bit of twos to work on this one. You need to get 434 PvP item level before they let you into solo shuffle, and I'm only at 425, so I need a bunch of stuff. Also, it wouldn't hurt for me to fill out vault options. That'll definitely help if we can do that. I thought we were good. I thought we were... Okay. I'm confused. How do you get 100 sparks of life fast? You do world quests in war mode. You're going to get world quests and rares and treasures. You're going to get 10... You're going to get 10 sparks per world quest, and you're going to get 5 sparks per treasure in war mode. You can also join groups that farm sparks and fight players. That will work as well. But if you don't want to, if you're not feeling that, you can just kind of go do the world quest with war mode on and do it all by yourself. Why not just do BGs? I don't like BGs. I don't like BGs at all. I like playing arenas, so I'll probably do a bit of that. Although I don't know if today's the day. I don't know if this is the chosen moment. Hello, it's me. Hello. Anything involving turning war mode on, not for me. Sometimes I'm feeling it, and today I think it's just not emotionally meant to be. I think I've set myself a task that's not working. I might have to come back and try to do this quest at some, like, on an off time, with like a less populated shard. Hi. Shall we do a couple Nighthold clears instead? Try a little couple mount runs to round off the Saturday. All right. Let's switch back into. Let's go do Nighthold. I am not doing 2s at this particular moment. The stars are not aligned. Like your dragon? Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of. We don't even have to clear the whole raid. We can skip right to Gul'dan. Don't like BGs. The falsetto is too much. I don't get it. Oh, the Bee Gees. Oh my gosh. Right over my head. Did not get that one at all. I love the Bee Gees. I think that's such a jam. Sometimes you just want to crank disco and make cookies. Sometimes you just want to crank disco and bake something. I saw on TV someone make a raisin scone, and it made me want to make raisin scones. I might need to look through. I mean, today's not a great day for baking. It's supposed to be very warm outside, but I might need to look through my recipes and see if I've got a workable, if I have the ingredients. Actually, I have buttermilk in my fridge. Do I have a scone recipe? I think I have a family scone recipe in here somewhere. Let me see. Scones. I save them all to my files so that it's all indexed and I can just search. Oh yeah, that's my mom's handwriting. We're in business. Buttermilk, butter, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, salt, flour, and then I'll add her raisins. Yeah. Fill with whipped cream and fresh fruit. Okay, Nighthold. If I was on Bake Off, what would be my go-to recipe? If I was on Bake Off, I would burst into tears before anybody's even started making anything. I don't know how they cope with that kind of pressure. It would not be my thing. My go-to recipes. Oh, I wouldn't do well. You need to make the judges happy. And I would make things with the intent of specifically upsetting Paul Hollywood. Because I just don't like his energy. That sounds rather mean of me, but you know, I don't think he would. I just don't think we would be besties. It would be a very weird world if we ended up being besties. I like making things that are for me to eat because I like them. What do I like to bake, actually? I'm more of an improv cook than I am an improv baker. What do I like to bake? I've been baking bran muffins. I like easy and I like ugly, and I don't think that would go over very well. I like my bread machine. I don't think that would go over very well. Let me see if I pick the right thing. Nope, that's the Arkway. That's definitely not the right thing. True champion of the people. Just troll the daylights out of them. Troll them all with Betty Crocker. The show would break me before I cracked an egg. Yeah, I'm not huge on presentation. You know, it's nice if things look nice. I'm not against things looking nice. I just, don't value it enough to dedicate any energy at all. I will maybe be careful when putting food onto a clean plate if the food already looked good, but I'm not gonna twist myself into knots decorating a cake. It's not about to happen. Cake is for eating. If you're looking at the cake for too long, you're doing it incorrectly. Raid difficulty mythic. Improv baking. Add a ton of frosting. My cookies are very, my gingerbread cookies, they have frosting and they have candy on them. You know, I do them with Smarties, Canadian Smarties, and royal icing usually. But I do them very haphazardly. I will maybe, if I'm feeling extra, add food coloring to the frosting. Usually I just kind of do white frosting, candy, call it a day. They usually end up looking a bit disheveled, I think is the polite thing to call them. Twist something in a knot, may I suggest pretzels. And my pretzels, funnily enough, tend to become untwisted, but they're delicious. Pretzels and bagels are both things that I've made where they come out looking horrific. Not horrific, but they don't look good. Or at least the shape doesn't come out right. But they're yummy. I like a real chewy, malty kind of a pretzel or a bagel. They're actually quite similar in composition. And the last thing I want, and the thing that winds me up if I'm getting a bagel from a grocery store or a restaurant, is if it's just round bread. If it's just regular bread that is round, I have feelings about that. Not feelings that I'm going to share. I'm not like a restaurant complainer or anything, but I would rather make it myself at that point. Do you bathe them in lye? Lye? No. Baking soda bath. Lye frightens me. I grew up with my family making soap, and they were very careful to educate us about lye and all of the graphic and dramatic ways it could melt your hands into pieces. So I don't mess with it. One day I'm going to get into soap making. I haven't done it ever on my own, but I just know I'm too nostalgic for things from my childhood. I am too much like my mother, and I like fancy soap but don't want to pay for it. So I for sure one day will have a soap making phase. There's no question about it. And when that day comes, you know your girl's going to be omega careful with the lye. Portland has bread bagels. Difficult to find an actual bagel. The best ones I could do were Einstein. And they did carry Einstein at Costco. And those ones were all right, but they weren't like life-changing. Hazel soap merch. Same with sugar burns. Use a hazelnutty brand of bar soap. I don't know what the feasibility of mass producing them for an international market would be. Usually homemade soap vendors are very kind of farmers markets and local kitschy stores kind of a deal. First and only batch ate the first layer of skin from my test area. Ooh. Yeah, it has to cure as well. That was one thing I remember is we would make the batch of soap and then we would stash it into bins and leave it in the basement for like ages to cure. Quite the twist if the one thing you would not be careful with was something that could damage you permanently. That would be a twist. I try to keep tabs on the things that could cause irreparable harm to my body or life, just so that I can be careful with those things. Because there's plenty of things in life where I've decided it doesn't matter that much and I'm just going to do me. But I try to at least keep some amount of awareness of things that could really ruin everything and then take a little more care with those. So like, you know, cooking. I'm going to be careful with the knives. I'm not going to be careful with the ingredients. I'm going to go heavy on the spices, but I'm going to pay attention to where I'm putting my fingers. What's on the list? Level hearing random lists. Things that could get me killed and or life ruined. Hard drugs. Habitual alcohol use. Careful with, I mean, I'm not, I'm careful with hard drugs in that I don't do them. There would be no just a little bit for me. It would be the end immediately. Driving, vehicular travel is another good one. I am a very cautious, I'm an anxious driver, honestly. So I try to combat that by staying calm and being cautious. I pay a lot of attention. I would never answer like a text message or anything if I was driving. I'd put my phone away. honestly, I don't answer my text messages when I'm not driving, so it's not really a big problem for me. The only reason my phone is on my desk right now is because I forgot that I had my alarm set, and then I tried to stop my alarm when it went off, and then I accidentally snoozed it, and I couldn't figure out how to make it not snooze, so I just brought it with me so that I could beat it into submission later when it started acting up again. My main goal with my phone is to make it stop making noise. Driverless car? Yeah, if I trusted the technology enough, if it was proven and vetted enough. I wouldn't be an early adopter, but I wouldn't avoid it forever, I don't think. What else am I careful about? Things like life jackets, seat belts, general safety precautions with machinery, equipment, things that could remove limbs, things that could crush limbs. Not that I operate a lot of that, but if I was going to, I would pay attention to the safety briefing. That's about it. There's not that many things that could end me. Lie is established earlier. True. How's the weather? How is the weather? Gul'dan, you good? Yeah. How is the weather? Speaking of phone. Phone, tell me if it's nice out. Special weather statement. So it's currently 22 already. It's 22 Celsius. It's going to be just warm and sunny. We're going to get a high of 25 tomorrow, which is, like, what is that? Like high 70s, low 80s? And the reason that's a weather warning is because it is unseasonably hot. It's not that it's, you know, high 20s, low 30s in this region. It's not that that's like a harmfully hot temperature. It's just that for May, it's real weird. It doesn't normally start getting that hot until at least June, if not July. What else? Heart stuff. Statistically, I think I am heart stuff and carcinogens. So not all of them, because if you get too worried about carcinogens, you'll never leave your house, and then you'll discover that your house is full of carcinogens. But any luck here? Nope. If you look at like how you're likely to die, heart disease and cancer are probably up there. And it's not that you can avoid that forever just by doing the right things, but you can try not to do anything exceptionally risky, like smoking or, I don't know, T-bone steaks for breakfast every day. Excessive drinking while in a hot bath followed by skydiving. Eating enough, that's a good one. That's a good way to bust up your heart is with disordered eating. So being careful to take good care of yourself. Feed your body. That's good. Why do I use a bag spot in the Hearthstone? Because I like clicking my Hearthstone in my bags to hearth sometimes. It's nice. Makes me feel good. And also, if my bags are full, one bag slot's not going to save me. If my bags are full, I need to do something about it. We have so many bag slots. What am I doing? I'm doing Nighthold again on another character. We'll take Evoker. I can do Celsius, but I'm not happy about it. Might get to 60 warm for us in May. Fahrenheit, yeah. Am I afraid of X-rays? Had a boss who used to carry his own Geiger counter around. Oh, that's aggressive. I'm aware of X-rays, but I wouldn't say I fear them. I would say that if a medical professional recommends one, I trust that they are also aware. And then if we're just talking random ambient X-rays, then no, I haven't thought about them all that much. Oh, gold. All right, Nighthold. Yeah, natural disasters could be very dangerous, but statistically, not as risky as something like traffic or heart disease. Or murder. But can't worry about that too much every day of your life. Where are we going? Nighthold. How liable you are to, how liable I am personally specifically to encounter murder may depend on how aggressively I insist on antagonizing bread makers with my bread machine. When the doll Hearthstone becomes a toy, will your opinion on the bag slots be the same? I don't know. I don't think I care about it that much. They're bag slots. I don't think I'm gonna carry it around. I mean, maybe I will. Yeah, I don't know. sometimes it's just a pain in the butt to, sometimes you just want to use a Hearthstone in your bag. I feel like I used to delete the Hearthstone to free up the bag slot. And then what I found myself doing, even though I would have Hearthstone toys, I would drag them to my bar. I would have hotkeys for them. Even when all that was true, I would still find myself opening up my bags and looking for the Hearthstone instinctively. And then I eventually decided I would rather just have one on me. It's like sometimes I like to have a recipe card, even though I could at any time look up a recipe online. Sometimes it's just nice to have it the comfy way. Don't try to pet cats above a certain size. Oh, I could go out to that. Hazel pets the wrong cat. Yeah, I have them on my bars as well. I have them on my bars as well. And I do like using the cosmetic ones just for the cosmetics of them, but sometimes I just want to click it. I'm going to save 2 Nighthold runs for tomorrow, I think. So I'm going to do this Nighthold run. I'm going to try for the mount on this character. And then I'm probably going to wrap up a little tiny bit early. I know it's a weekend, but I think that one more will do it for me. I'm a little crabby. I think I needed to have a better night's sleep than I ended up getting. How are your bags clean? Do you not craft? Oh, I craft. I just sell everything I craft. I dump stuff in my reagent bank. I mean, I'm carrying around all kinds of garbage. Look at this. I got Titan relics and centaur hunting trophies. I got 80 fragrant coins. I got a Darkmoon ride ticket. Get out of here. I got a barter brick and a shovel and some research chest keys for the vaults that are for something. I've got 2 liquid courage. I got garbage in here. I'm carrying around trinkets that I'm not wearing. I'm running around in circles. Don't like putting it on my action bar. Am I weird? No, some people. I don't think anything like that is that strange. I think that your WoW setup is very individual to you. I could see a world where somebody might not want anything on their bars. It didn't have to be. I'm like that with my Windows desktop. I do not like desktop shortcuts. The little icons that sit on your desktop all the time. I'm not a fan of that. It feels like keeping everything out in your kitchen counter just in case you need it when you're only going to use each thing once a week. So I keep things, for some reason it feels cleaner for me. I keep things on my taskbar. I pin a couple of things I use all the time to my taskbar, but I mostly just launch things from my start menu, which feels like opening the drawer and then getting the thing out, or I'll launch things just by searching them in the search bar because it's all indexed. So and then I'll see somebody on their laptop or whatever with like 4,500 desktop icons, and that's when the heart disease kicks in. But it's very individual. Those people would probably look at my computer and then go, "What do you know?" They wouldn't like it at all. Let me in, please. That door has been causing me problems. Seen tubers with hundreds of tabs open. I will only aggressively multi-tab if I am in the absolute throes of a internet surfing binge. I'm just open up article after article after article after article, or just like sources, references, stuff like that. I only float more than 3 tabs if I'm behaving in an absolutely manic way. I wasn't always like that. I think I simplified my digital space a lot as I got older. I think it was much messier when I was young. I've gotten a lot more intentional about my file management and my file folder structures. I like building them out myself and choosing, like, knowing what my folder structure looks like. I don't like auto saving to default folders. And now I can find files, whereas before I couldn't do it. And yes, you can search for them, but some things are difficult to find via search. So I like having, for both my Mac OS and my Windows systems, file structures that just kind of mirror how my brain works, which I appreciate. Happened around the same time as content creation started? I don't know, actually. I don't know if I could pinpoint when I changed. I think if I could go back in time and look at how my 16-year-old self lived life, it would be a trip. I wish I could do that. I wish I could be a ghost and haunt maybe not 16, that might be kind of grim. 17-year-old me. I think 17 was an okay year. 17-year-old me. I want to haunt her and just see how she lives her life. See what kind of things she's worrying about. See what she's doing. See how she's spending her time. It would be a trip. I think, I mean, everybody changes a lot. Teenagers are something else. But I think I have changed a lot since being a teenager. Producing videos without proper naming and structuring seems miserable. Yeah, I think that's probably it too. I think that you need to be at least a little, I mean, you don't have to be. There's some people that edit videos and make videos and they're not organized at all and they make it work somehow. But for me, if I'm managing assets from a bunch of different sources, I like having them, I like keeping them organized. Yeah, I like naming files, but I have to name them for me. I've never worked at a job with other people where I was using files or anything digital. Like when I used to work in normal jobs, they were retail, and it was basically just go to the store and sell people things and, you know, clean the store and like whatever else. Like they were like sort of standard part-time jobs that I would just do full-time. This job is much more digital and much more computer-based, but I also almost never work with anybody else. I have on a couple of occasions, but for the most part, it doesn't matter how I get something done. I can do it in a total vacuum, and I can invent my own language to speak with myself with, and I can invent my own workflow. And because, like a lot of video editors, I'm self-taught, I have. And it means that if I ever tried to transition into a job where I was doing some of these same tasks, but like on a team with other people, there would be a real breaking in period where I have to figure out what everybody else calls things and how they like to do it, because I am like a feral child that's been alone for too long. I don't think my thing would make sense to anybody but me. You seem happy today? Really? Thanks. I don't feel very happy. I feel hungry and sleepy and cranky. I'm just having one of those sets of a couple of days where it's just not lining up and you're just a bit overwhelmed. But I will, you know, I'll take a nap. Well, no, I can't take a nap. I'm doing keys today. I'll eat something and I'll feel better. Don't do things in a vacuum. Bad for your health. Retail jobs have stock days. Oh, gosh. Yes, but we weren't involved in the database side of it. We would just get, it was an all-night job for some reason. They would talk everybody into how this was going to be a great bonding experience. They would lock everybody in the store all night, and you would have the gun, and you would have to go scan every single item in the store. And this is like a Best Buy size store, to update inventory. But we weren't dealing with the database. We were just grunts with the stock guns. Yeah, not like a gun. Little scan gun. Used to work as a secretary for a company with 2K plus employees, like herding feral cats. Inventory night. Yep. Not a big fan. Although I didn't mind it too bad because it was kind of cool working and being paid when the store was closed and you didn't have to deal with any customers. So I would, you know, you didn't have to, it was kind of cool to be like on the floor, but not wearing your uniform. You know, you could have like not your AirPods. It was 2012. You could have your earphones in, your little earbuds, you know, listen to your iPod. You could kind of like ignore everybody else. I liked having a job that I could do just on my own and not deal with other people. Okay. No mail from that. Stock day's time consuming thing. Battle Royale. Yeah. I do remember it was all kind of like, you guys can't leave until this is done, which I don't think was exact. It can't have been like that. That's not legal. You can't just keep your employees hostage, but that was a little bit what it felt like. Every single bolt in that store had to be individually counted. Oh, worked in a hunting store, yeah. Oh, jeez. Did I watch Battle Royale? No, I didn't. I think it would give me nightmares. I think the premise is just a bit too violent, and that category of thing tends to stick with me. They're not like scary shows or movies or anything like that, but both the Hunger Games and Squid Game really stuck with me, and I have nightmares about them sometimes still. So anytime there's something that's new in that general vein, or old in the case of Battle Royale, anytime there's something in that general vein, I try to avoid it now because it's just going to break me a little bit. I am gonna wrap this up a little early. I will be back tomorrow. I did put out a news video. It wasn't out early, but it is out now, I think. Let me double check that that's true. It should be out now. There should be a Saturday news up. And in it, I talk about not only the news, but also give a kind of a review of patch 10.1 so far. It is out now. Good. That's on my YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I appreciate your company. I will see you tomorrow if you're here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.